Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Sunday, the 30th of January 2022. Today's Millwall news, we're going to start off with this story and then we're going to jump straight into the stats from yesterday's game. So this story, every Sunday the South London Press do this story, they call it the takeaways from the game. So this is 4 takeaways from Millwall's 2-0 win over West Brom. Solid den debut for Burke, and Bennett needs to chip in with more goals. Millwall picked up their first win of 2022 as goals from Mason Bennett and Bennett deservedly wrapped up a 2-0 victory over West Bromwich Albion at the Den. Here are Richard Corley's takeaways from Saturday's match. Solid Den debut for Oliver Burke. The 24-year-old made his first start for Millwall since his loan move from Sheffield United, playing on the right of a front three, and could be content with his performance. His reverse pass paved the way for Danny McNamara to rampage down the right flank in the first half. The wing-back's cross just evading a phobia, and David Button had to be switched on to deny Burke in the second half. His effort was appreciated by the home crowd, who gave him a standing ovation when he was replaced by Tyler Berry in the 79th minute. Burke has played just 160 minutes of football since September the 21st, with 110 of those in a Lions shirt. He's only going to get sharper and more effective the more he builds up his game time. Long overdue goal from Mason Bennett. Bennett made only his 7th championship start of the season in Saturday's victory over the Baggies, with multiple factors behind the fact he has not been available to Gary Rowett as he was in the previous campaign. When he started 29 league games and made 37 appearances in that competition, and last season was Mason Bennett's best ever season as a professional footballer in terms of games played and goals scored. So there you go. When he is fit and firing, the former Derby County player is a handful for opposition defences, especially when you factor in that he's deceptively strong in the air and also has the pace and power to make things happen in the final third. Bennett's close range finish at the weekend, West Brom's Andy Carroll arguably getting a touch to help the ball into the net, was his first goal of the season, and it ended a 21-match run without scoring. For a player of his quality, that isn't a productive enough return. Yeah, I agree with that. Home comforts. Millwall have lost one of their last 7 league matches at the Den, and even that 1-0 defeat to Forest would have been a different outcome if they had finished off the chances they created. 22 of their 36 points have been banked in SC16, and they still have 10 more fixtures on home turf to go, starting with Tuesday night against Preston North End. They need just 10 more points to beat their Den total for the whole of last season. Their best home return since promotion was 43 points in 2017-18, the first back in England's second tier. They only had 30 in the 2018-29 season, winning just 7 times at the Den, with 38 amassed in 2019-20. Yeah, well, we know the COVID seasons really did affect us because that home crowd wasn't there, and the home crowd does, you guys, you fans who go to that games, when you're there, it really does affect the away team and the home team. It does make a difference, and we have proof of that. We always suspected that, but we have proof of that now, because we were a whole season and a half without any fans, and the team suffered. Well, now we're back, and we're getting the wins, and sadly, it seems that's the only place we're getting the wins. Our away form is quite terrible. Super Cooper. Millwall knew that Saturday's match was going to be a physical test where their aerial Billy would come under scrutiny, exactly the kind of match that Jake Cooper relishes. West Bromwich Albion completed a deal for Andy Carroll in time for him to play on Saturday, but the former West Ham striker's best chance to score came early on. Bart Biakowski producing an excellent low save to his left to scoop the ball away. Cooper won 9 aerial duels, 4 more than the Baggies' new number 15, with only Carl Bartley managing more. The Lions' 3 central defenders, Cooper, Sean Hutchinson and Murray Wallace, were resilient and composed as the Lions collected only their 3rd clean sheet at home this season, and first there since seeing off Reading 1-0 on November the 2nd. Indeed. Good day all round. Moving on now to the stats, and here we go. Expected goals are the length of the match from experimental361.com, and you can see that first half was very bad. The blue line is Millwall, and the line is the expectation of a goal based on the chances created. and West Brom obviously had better chances than us, and we look like we've only had 2 shots, because each time the 2 shots on target, because a shot towards the goal is an expected goal, and when that blue line or the yellow line goes up, that is a chance on goal. So we only had 2 in the first half. So something happened at half time. If you've seen yesterday's video, I tell you the story where Gary Rowett said basically he didn't tell them to do anything after. He didn't change anything at half time. He just told them to carry on doing what they're doing. So don't know what happened there then, because they came out completely different side, and maybe they figured it out for themselves. I don't know, but you can see here, so a complete reversal in the second half. West Brom were a team that only had 2 chances, and we had a lot more than that, and we ended up scoring twice, which is good. And you can see here, so we outperformed our XG, because our XG according to this website was 1.7, and we actually got 2 goals, and West Brom got 0.6. so there you go. Moving on to, so this is infogoal.net, and I use this website for this XGs where they are on the pitch. So this is from, so if you look in the middle, the XG they have it as 1.97 to Millwall and 0.58 to West Brom. So the Millwall score slightly higher. So these are the chances Millwall had over the length of the 90 minutes. The goals are the ones ringed in yellow, and similar, you can see they've basically, all of the chances are inside the area. So that's obviously something going on there. If we scroll down, you see fairness rating. Was that a fair result based on the chances created? Yeah, yes, 86.8 out of 100. But so it really was a game of 2 halves, because here you go. This is us in the first half. 1 shot from outside the area, Daniel McNamara, and 1 shot from inside the area, Scott Malone. That was us in the first half. This was them in the first half. Not that much better, but better nonetheless. And thank God for Bob Bukowski saving that, because that could have been a completely different outcome. So let's have a look at the second half. So second half, there's a second half. Everything inside the area. No long shots. So you're obviously trying to work to get inside the area to get the shots away. Here's West Brom. Pitiful. Worse. Bad. It's so bad. So bad. Carroll and Robinson. So West Brom were very bad, as they have been. They're in a bad run of form. So we really need to see what we do against Preston on Tuesday. So here's the match report from whoscored.com. No strengths for West Brom. Weaknesses, quite a number of them. Styles. But if you look on the right hand side, you can see the best 5 rated players were Millwall players, but the one with the most shots was a West Brom player, Andy Carroll. So there you go. And here you go. Attempts on target 9 to 7, 6 to 6 open play, 2 to 1 set piece, 1 counter attack to 0. Millwall on the left hand side in red, which is weird because we're a blue team. But so 9 shots, 2 goals, 22% conversion rate. That is massively high for us. And I'm beginning to think maybe is it Sam Johnson has a point about who should be in goal for West Bromwich Albion, but there you go. Here's the both teams going down their left hand side. Shot directions, shot zones, as we've already seen Millwall's mostly in the that 18-yard box. Most of it played in the middle. Player positions. you can see again the bunching up of the midfielders in for West Brom, which a lot of teams have sussed this. That if they overrun our midfield, it could be quite productive for them. But didn't happen for them yesterday. But so you can see here, so that everyone in the middle is bunching up. If you look on the right hand side for West Brom, you've got basically 4 players bunching up, and we've countered that with is that Jake Cooper, Kifton Beld, and Billy Mitchell, kind of bunching up similarly. So it seems kind of weird, because when a team does that, your best bet is probably to try and go through the middle, but they were going down the left hand side. So not really understanding what they're supposed to be doing. Passing situations, what we got here? So again, not massively outpassed, 3-3-3 to 3-1-7. So we had more passes than them. 15 to 15 crosses, 1 through ball, 97 to 84 long balls, 220 to 218 short passes. Average pass streak of 3. So we played similarly to them, but we ended up getting the goals and they didn't. We ended up doing more attacking than them. So let's move on to the stats now. You can see a decent crowd there, 12,855. If you look at the club badges at the top on the left and the right, you have a rating average for Millwall players of 6.94 and a rating average for West Brom players of 6.15. So we were the better team. If we scroll down and look, so here's the ratings. Best rated player overall, Bennett with an 8. And not one of the West Brom players broke a 7. Highest was 6.8, Bartley. So let's look through this. Shots. Good to see all 3 front players having shots. Sometimes one of them doesn't, especially Bradshaw when he was playing. A couple of times not really getting a shot away, or a Phobie would do it, because they would be the one running around working hard. But good to see all 3 of them having a go. And that was it. And you can see the 2 midfielders doing a lot of actual defensive duty, not getting a chance to have a shot, Mitchell and Kifton. So possession wise, pretty similar, 51 to 48, or 51 to 49 basically. 1 player on the ball the most, Hutchinson and Mitchell. And Malone. Okay. Biakowski on the ball as well. Biakowski having a lot of time on the ball. Weird. Okay. Pass success 52-52, which is quite low averagely. Okay, that is quite weird. So Billy Mitchell normally up there, not getting up there today or yesterday. Kifton was the 171. Okay. Not really a game for accurate passing. Dribbles 3 and 3. Aerials 1. Everyone for them except for Townsend and the keeper. Everyone for us except for Biakowski and our left winger Malone. Interesting. Cooper, as they said in the article, with 10. Carroll with 8. Burke with 4. And he did go off early. I think he went off in the 60th minute or something. 68th minute. Tackles 10 to 10. Like we've seen, they were going down. Okay, yeah. Corners 2 to 4. Dispossessed 5 to 6. Okay. So having seen that, let's have a quick look through. So ratings wise, Bennett 7.99, basically 8 as I said on the graphic before. But 5 players with 7 or above, which is good stuff. Mason Bennett just missing out on the 7. Probably because of the yellow card knocked him down, I'm not too sure. or passing accuracy. So let's have a look. So we've seen the shots. We had 22% accuracy. So here's all the players who had shots. 6 different players. 3 of them had 2 each. The 3 forwards. Good to see. Good to see. That's what you want your forwards to be doing. You want them to be trying to score, not the defenders, as was the case against Blackpool last week. So, shots on target, only 3. Only 3 shots on target and we scored 2 goals. That's 66% conversion of shots on target. That is very high. Normally with a situation like this, you'll be looking at scoring 1 or 0. So to get 2, that's very high. So let's see who had the most touches for Millwall. Hutchinson, Malone, Wallace, Mitchell. There you go. Offensively, not really much to see here. Defensively though, this is what we want to see. Murray Wallace and Scott Malone 3 tackles each, and then these other players with tackles. Interceptions, Murray Wallace with 4, McNamara 3, and then these 2 with 2 clearances. 5 for Hutch, 4 for Wallace, Cooper, Kieftenbeld, and a number of other players. Even Bennett getting back and taking a clearance. Anyone block any shots? Although they only had 4 shots, so Billy Mitchell blocked 1 of them. There you go. In terms of fouls, this is giving away fouls. Yeah, we did give a lot away of fouls, didn't we? But not very smart thing to do when Andy Carroll's on the pitch, but it worked out okay for us. Passing wise, so passes, that's quite low. That is quite low. 43 for Hutchinson. Normally our passing is quite higher than that, which is strange because it wasn't raining or anything like that. It was a normal clear day, so you can see here that the passing accuracy was just so bad. And you have to go down to Kieftenbeld, 70.8 off of 24 passes, so not really a day for passing. But let's have a look at crosses and accurate crosses. So we got 5 players taking crosses. Tyler Burry had a cross when he came on. Daniel McNamara 1-on-1, Scott Malone 8 and 3. So there's that. Long balls and accurate long balls. So there's Bart Biakowski with 34. So that probably includes offside free kicks that he took and goal kicks and etc. Which probably explains why he had so much time on the ball. 34 and 12. Long balls for Sean Hutchinson 15 and 3. Cooper 11 and 3. Scott Malone 10 and 6. Murray Wallace 9 and 3. Daniel McNamara not too good 7 and 1. Billy Mitchell 6 and 0. Okay. So there you go. That is it. That is it. Decent result against a very poor team. This is the thing that we're looking at here. This one. Only 9 shots, 2 goals off of 3 shots on target. When we play better teams, we won't be able to get away with that. You're usually looking at around 14-15 shots to get 1 goal. That's Mill's typical. Unless we're getting better because of Oliver Burke. Now, he's come in, he's had basically 2 games. So we'll see how he goes. Maybe that's improved our situation. Maybe it has. We'll see in the next game against Preston what happens with that. So there you go. Thank you for watching and goodbye.